So welcome to the tool shed. This tool I call Expand the Space. Now, I might have done this one before. I've certainly shared the text that it's based on a lot, but I want to make sure that you have this tool because I built my entire professional career around this particular tool and the quote that I'm going to share with you. Certainly my Enneagram teachings, it comes from the work of my teacher mentor, Viktor Frankl, who said famously, between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space lies our power to choose our response. And in our response lies our growth and our happiness. So what does that mean and how do we use this as a tool? Between stimulus, things happening to us, and response, right? And how we perceive those circumstances, those things happening to us, and whether we react or respond, there's a space. And so often, when certainly the people I guide, human beings, when we're stressed out, when we're tired, when we're at our wits' end, our space contracts, right? Even our body language, like people who are just overworked and overtired, you just sort of like close down. We need to expand the space. That starts with just a deep breath. I mean, that's to me the greatest tool of all. To just stop what we're doing when we feel we're maxed out, when we feel like we're living in reaction. Take back our power to choose our response. Well, how do we do that? By taking a deep breath, right? Settling down, maybe sitting down, maybe just standing still, maybe closing our eyes and expanding our space. Because as we do that, deep breath, literally our lungs are expanding, our heart is expanding, it's slowing down, right? We're just kind of bringing down the noise. I think of it as a snow globe. Just sort of let it settle down some more. Taking back our power to stop reacting and to start responding. Because when the stimuli starts bombarding us and our space contracts, we can't absorb as much. However, after a good vacation, after a nice jog, my space is expanded. And what would have set me off before, the triggers are no longer triggering, or certainly not as triggering. And I can absorb more and more. Now, I have to be mindful that the more I absorb as a human being, the more space it takes up, the RAM it takes up, and it gets narrower. It's like on your computer, right? And you got to sort of reboot it every once in a while. Well, that's the expanding the space. And as I do that, as Frankl taught, I no longer live in reaction to circumstances. And everything is a circumstance. Everything is outside of us, outside of our control. Yeah, we have certain control over certain things, but we never have absolute control over anything but one thing. As Frankl taught, the power to choose our response in any given set of circumstances, no matter what is happening to you. I don't care how big and bad it might be. I have counseled people through every one of what I call the dark D's, divorce and death and despair, financial despair and depression, and you name it, the big stimuli that happens to us. And as long as we can get back to this place of taking a deep breath, getting grounded, getting centered, getting clear, expanding our space, we can choose. And in that power, in that choice is our power. And that's what this is all about. So the expand the space tool is great for any time we feel fragmented, anytime we feel like we're living in reaction, anytime we feel like we're on autopilot and we just need to take a deep breath, get centered, get clear, expand the space so we can stop living in reaction and take back our power to choose our response. And in our response lies our growth and our happiness. That's the tool shed. I will see you in the next tool. For the guys in Man Uprising, rise up in the second half of your life. But you might be watching this on YouTube, where I put many of the tools, and so you can get access to them here on YouTube, or jump over to defiantspirit.org, where you can see all the work that I do and we can do together. Until the next time, rise up in the second half of life.